See that shit. See it. Paper. With my paper. Paper right here.
Where are you looking? Your paper. Pick up the first thing up. You'll be second. Start over.
Get money. Get money.
Sorry. The whole thing? Just the first three or the first two questions? Any of this here is necessary. Here's where it is right now.
Okay. On this.
Three and a half minutes. You are already done with the next two. Read the instructions carefully. It's not saying to read everything, it's saying to skim over. I'm reading right now. I need that. No. After the first time.
Top of my shit. Top of my shit. It's cold. I'm not gonna do this. Let's close the door.
One and a half minutes.
You 1.5 minutes. Give you a second.
All right, everyone, pens, pencils down. Please track me up here. So, thank you, Eliza, Aviana,
That's me.
Pishab, and Nishan. All right, what you have in front of you is the 3 IA readings, but you don't have all of the IA questions. The questions that you have in front of you are the questions that most people in this class got incorrect for each of the readings. These are the ones we struggled with the most. These questions, if you read the very top, have to do with analyzing the development of ideas throughout a text, analyzing character development, point of view, and determining the meaning of words in a text. Class average, when it comes to the multiple choice, was about 50%. So the goal is to get up to a 70 for the class average. I want to actually kind of
Get a 71.
acknowledge the fact that a 50 is way below where I know
51 is below.
You are
You
all
gotta
more
get
effective
hard
scholars
to
than that.
71.
The problem that I found is that a lot of you simply aren't doing the reading. Do you know how I know that? Because a lot of you picked the obvious. You know how every multiple choice has one answer just obviously wrong? Some of you chose that a lot because you didn't do the readings. I do want to send some love to the people who did really well in class, like Colette, the highest grade with 94%. Viola and EF at 92s. A lot of people, other people got A's in the multiple choice. I think that's commendable. Everyone, we are all very capable of doing much better on this multiple choice. Throughout all of my classes, there were a lot of people that got hundreds too. Even those who got in the 90s, you can do better. People who did less than that, you can obviously do better. You have to pay attention and focus today. What we're going to do is we're going to go over some test-taking skills and some things that you can also do to make these exams a little bit easier for you. So we're going to engage in an error analysis of this assessment. We're going to do it this period. Tomorrow we're going to go over the writing. And Friday is the end of quarter 2. Quarter 3 will begin. We will start with Frankenstein, and we'll also read Destroyer, which is a graphic novel. So I'm excited to jump into for a graphic. Do you have to read a graphic novel? No. Not that many words. No. We'll be all right.
You ever read more graphic novels?
Sorry?
You ever read more graphic novels?
Listen, after the last book went back, we have about a 2-week span, 3-week span, where I don't have anything assigned yet. If people can prove that they can read Destroyer, I will assign us another graphic novel to read. Okay? One second. Here, write yourself fast and I'll sign it. All right. Now, you have this reading in front of you. I want to ask one basic question to everyone here. When you have a test in front of you or on your computer, and it's a reading test, what's the first thing you do? Besides, like, write your name, what's the first thing you do? What? Read the questions first. What are you going to say? Same thing. Raise your hand if you read the questions first. Raise your hand if you read the text first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Darius, that's the second time you dropped your phone. Just leave it in your pocket, man. We'll be all right. Keep it safe there. Now, I want every single person to get into the habit of the first thing you should do before you read the text, read the question. It is very, very effective. If you go first, I have this in front of me. Streetlights may interfere with Bug's most important job. Holy shit, that sounds boring. Let me go to the question first. Go to the question.
Fucking shit up.
And from there, you will understand and know what is expected of you. This first question is asking what are two ways in which streetlights affect insects. So let's go into the first question. But before we go into that, what is the main idea or one of the main ideas of this article? Jawad. What is the main idea or one of the main ideas of this article?
How insects are getting affected by streetlights?
Are they getting affected by streetlights in a positive or a negative way? How so?
Because they distract them from resting at night and then pollinating flowers. Right?
Okay, so based on what you just said, at least one of the answers to number one?
F.
F?
Streetlights keep insects away from time.
Got beat for
What do you have to
first
say to that?
semester.
Uh,
I need to
I agree.
You agree?
Okay.
Why?
have A's have B's on the first semester.
Please,
Good time. Have sleep.
for the first time that
What does it say about the
Indian. See that shit.
You said, stop. Go to the second paragraph. Luke, second paragraph, third sentence. How are these insects described? Brandon? Not moths, yeah. So how else are they described? Something else about their characteristics. Sorry? Attracted to light, what else?
They're not able to pollinate the flowers.
But specifically in that second paragraph, third sentence, correct?
They're easy prey.
Easy prey, what else?
Multiple choice.
Okay, what else? Second paragraph on the first page, third sentence. 1, 2, this is the third one. How are they described? They're in a trance-like state. When do they go hunting? When do they go hunting? Why? Where does it say that? Because they are nocturnal. Thank you, Brandon. They are nocturnal insects. Nocturnal means you go out hunting at night. So, if you go back to F, it says streetlights keep them awake and active at night. Aren't they already awake and active at night? They are nocturnal. It is not F. Make sure you implement process of elimination. Anyone utilize process of elimination when you're taking a test? Very good. If you know that F is not the correct one, cross out what is incorrect about it. That way you can go back, make it easier for yourself mentally to organize all of these ideas as you're answering the question. What else is obviously incorrect? Go on.
I got the right one.
You got the right one, are you sure?
Yeah, I know one right one.
But you picked F.
Yeah,
The right one. That wasn't the right one.
That was wrong. I
I'm gonna go to Brandon. Who's your last?
You said a wrong one, right?
Or wrong. A. Does it ever say that streetlights damage their eyesight?
No.
The answer is clearly no.
It distracts
Not
insects
damage
from visiting
insects.
flowers.
Eyesight. What was that, Kishab?
Streetlights distract insects from visiting flowers.
Is that a correct one, Kishab?
Yeah.
Yes? No? Thomas said yes. Jawad said yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. That is one of the correct ones. What is the other correct answer? Alan. Alan? You don't know? Did you do the reading?
No, he didn't do his reading.
Okay, thank you, Kishab. I was well aware of that.
He didn't do his reading.
What? Very good. That is the other correct one. Now, before we move on from this question, on the second page of this text, there is one paragraph that tells you that B and D are the correct ones. What paragraph is that? I don't see Eod flipping to that page, even though he should be. I don't see Thomas flipping there. He's drawing on his hand because he thinks this is art class, which, by the way, would still earn you an F for that drawing. Brandon.
Stupid child.
Sorry?
Shit.
So what number paragraph?
Let me try.
Is it 9, 10, or 11? So the second paragraph on the second page. See how there's numbers on the paragraph? Oh, no. So on the second page, what paragraph lets you know that B and E are the correct answers? I know one person has the answer, perhaps. Close. Very close. Thomas?
Oh.
What paragraph number is that? You see the 10 there? So that's 10. So the next one is 11. Paragraph 11, right here. Paragraph 11 shows you that lights distract the male moths, which supports B. And then E, what does it say? Yusuf? What does E say?
Hell.
E, for number 1.
It makes insects easier for predators.
What does the second half of that sentence or that paragraph say? Predators like bats and geckos have been shown to adjust their feeding habits to forage around lights, an added threat to nocturnal insects. That is B and E. Both of them are supported in that one paragraph. Right, Jawad?
Yes, right, my man.
Put your mask on, please. What is it with you and your mask? You don't need to look at me that.
I don't know how to explain this, but my whole thumbnail was took a move.
The whole thumbnail wants to come off?
Yeah, it's the same thing,
Want to go to the nurse?
you know?
Yeah, sure. I don't want to see all your thumbnail blood all over this.
I see every thumbnail.
Now, everyone, take 2 minutes, answer number 2. You'll have to flip to that very first page, answer number 2. We're going to make that 1 minute instead of 2. We're already supposed to have that one. I should see people crossing out the responses that they know are incorrect. Cross those out.
Yeesh. Shit.
You don't have all of those, right?
Hold on.
You got number 1.
We go over yet? Nope, we're going over number 2 in about 30 seconds. You have to pee? Why are we whispering that? That's usually what people assume people do at the bathroom, so it shouldn't be a secret. Oh, okay. You can wait. All right, everyone, let's go over number 2. What do we get for number 2, Elijah? What do you have?
See. Insects. I said it already.
Still reading it?
No.
So where do we need to go
No,
to
what?
find the answer to number 2?
Insects collected more
Sean, where do we need
pollen
to
from
go? First page. Everyone should be at the first page.
the first
What
one.
paragraph in the first page answers question number 2? Jaden, what paragraph? What paragraph answers question number 2 on this very first page? What?
I don't.
Nope. Close, because that's the introduction of Ava. No.
Paragraph, what is it? 3?
Nope. You said.
Oh, the C3.
Nope. Thomas. Which paragraph shows that she has created this experiment? She is studying something. 8. Paragraph 8.
Paragraph.
I didn't call on you because you're master though. Everyone read paragraph 8 and then try to answer question number 2. Paragraph 8. Compared with fields where there were no lights, 60% fewer nocturnal pollinators were found on illuminated flowers. So what?
Insects. No, it's not the right answer. No, B. No. C's.
C?
What are you talking about? I said
A?
A.
So, Madonna? A.
Oh,
So
shit.
we have A, we have B, and we have C. That's a lot. We have to narrow it down.
It's A.
Insects collect more pollen from artificially lit flowers. Why is that not correct? Sorry? What?
Because it says 60% fewer nocturnal pollinators were found on illuminated flowers.
Okay. And the main idea of this whole article is what, Jawad? What happens to insects when there is artificially lit flowers? Do they go towards it or away from it?
Towards it.
Away.
Wait. See that?
Do they go towards the artificially lit flowers or towards the light? The light, not the artificially lit flower. They go towards light, which confuses it. It is not C. So remember that the light and the lit flowers are different things. So it is not C. B says insects spend more time with artificially lit flowers. That is not part of NOP studies. It is A. A is the correct one. B is trying to make you think it's the right response. Anyone know what that kind of answer is called? Sorry? Not a trick question. It's the distraction. People who make these tests literally sit in circles and they go, what's a good distractor we can create for this question to trick the kids into thinking that this is the correct answer when it's really not? Why? Because they want to assess your skills and see if you've actually read everything thoroughly. I do the same thing when I make a test for you. I'm like, how can I trick them into thinking this is the correct one when it's not? I want to make sure that they read everything carefully. And if they have read everything carefully, they should know that this one's trying to trick them. But if you do like some of us in this class, listen, I saw somebody taking the IA. This was you. And then you come to me and you go, that was hard. It wasn't hard. You didn't even try. That's the thing. Listen, y'all just gotta be honest with yourselves and be like, you know what? I'm lazy as hell and I gotta fix that. Sorry, that's all there is to it. There is no getting around the fact that you have to read. And I want everyone, you know why I'm doing this right now? Not because I'm picking on you all. There's a lot of kids in all the other classes who are the same way. Because for our next book, you have to do a lot of independent reading. This is a challenging read. We are barely reading any of this in class. So this book, the first week, you have to read to about page 80.
How much?
Page 80 something.
Oh, what? Did you say 80 or 80?
This is what you have to read. You said 8 right during the first week. Okay? It's not in class. I'm not reading it in class. Independent. You said 8 right. Now, I'm not saying that to scare you because it shouldn't be scary to you. It should be a challenge. But what I'm going to say is that, you know what? You see that guy right there in the back, Eliza? He struggles with the reading as much as anyone in this class. But he chooses to stay after school to try to figure out what he's gotten wrong, to try to figure out how to write an exit ticket, and to try to do all of his work correctly. I don't think I've seen anyone else from this class stay after for help. You need to seek extra assistance if necessary. If you want an entire hour after school where you're like, Santoni, play me the audiobook on the TV, I'm going to listen with the book and just follow along. Sure, okay. If you need an extension on something, communicate with me. You will get an extension. I don't think I've ever said no to anyone who asked for an extension. A lot of you just don't communicate with me. Please utilize me as a resource. So, back to this. Number 3. One of these is a distractor, and one of these is the correct response. Everyone, take 2 minutes, even discuss amongst yourselves. In number 3, which one is the distractor? Which one is the correct answer? One of these is a really, really good distractor.
I see it.
You see it?
I'm looking at it.
If you can explain to me why it's a really good distractor, I'll give you a +2 for college readiness, which goes towards your grade for quarter 2. I'm not gonna go over it yet, though. 1 more minute.
See.
All right. Number 3. What is the distractor? Now, Sean,
I think it's A.
you think it's A. It suggests that self-pollinating plants are less likely to set seed. Why? Why do you think that's a distractor? Did you guess?
I guess.
It's not a good enough response. Thomas. B is the distractor?
Is it a B or C?
I need more definition here.
Is it B?
Is B the distractor? So, listen.
I know.
Go back to paragraph 16. What'd you say, Ian?
Huh?
Say it again. Say it louder for everyone to hear. Say it. Oh,
What?
I'm not asking you to, I'm telling you. Say it again. Say it. You feel like a what? You feel like a nerd. Why?
This is all really easy. No one makes it so complicated. I'll be honest.
Hey, at least you're being honest, and thank you for being honest. It is easy if you do the reading. It is not easy if you do not do the reading. So, Jawad, which
A
is the distractor?
A is the distraction.
Why is A the distractor?
Because over here it says.
Where's over here?
I mean, paragraph 16.
Okay.
It says the plants surrounding tree-like fields to set seed, but then after that it says what's that called? The signal never came. Soybeans are self-pollinated. They do not rely on insect.
So let's just get this out of the way. Is self-pollinating plants, are they positively or negatively affected by it?
Negative. Yeah.
Negatively. You just said it yourself, it's negatively affected because it failed to signal them that winter is here,
Yeah.
so they did not pollinate. So which one can you automatically cross out? C. It's definitely not C. C is like obviously wrong. These two are up for grabs. What's the correct answer here? D is the correct answer. These two are distractors. Which one is the better distractor? A. Why A?
This is less like.
Devon, someone can explain to me why it's the best distractor. Because you went a +2. Because what you want? No.
This is less like.
Yeah.
Because if you're skimming through the question, are like self-pollinating plants are less likely to set seed. It's like to me, if I didn't read and I'm just like guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Self-pollinated plants are less likely to succeed. It sounds like there's be more less.
I still don't have the reason. Doesn't make sense.
Self-pollinated.
Nope, that's not why.
So it's less about the same thing as maybe.
Not because of the less likely part. No, that has nothing to do with it. What is A missing? It is missing something really important. But the other ones have.
Choose.
Positive or negative effective?
Nope. Streetlights. It has the Y. That they are affected by streetlights. Okay? All of them have affected by streetlights, affected by streetlights, affected by streetlights. A would be correct if it said self-pollinated plants are less likely to succeed when affected by streetlights. If it had the affected by streetlight part, it would be correct. But it doesn't have that, so it's incorrect. Because self-pollinating plants on their own, without these streetlights, would be fine. This is a really, really good distractor. But the correct answer is D. Now, number 4 should take you no more than 30 seconds. Go. You got this one wrong? 5 more seconds. That's how much time you should dedicate to that question on the IA. 30 seconds. That's how easy it is. And time. What is the meaning of sky glow as it is used in paragraph 14? Darius.
Artificial light.
What's the other hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it? C?
Come on.
Thomas, what did you pick? What did you choose? You put D? Go back to that paragraph. It says that direct beams of streetlights can be affected by the sky glow that occurs in urban areas. So that sky glow is directly correlated with urban areas. What does it mean to be in an urban area? Say it? A city. Are cities mostly illuminated by the moon and stars or by streetlights? So what is their answer? To number
Artificial light.
D. The answer is D. No, do you want to go first? Your math is yes. The instructor is why would it be B?
Because light pollution is a thing.
But it's clearly says air pollution, not light pollution. Even though light pollution is a thing. I would say the distractor would probably be C. But okay. Now, right down here, you see stamp. How can we apply this process to any text we analyze? What I want you to write down is just 1 or 2 sentences on what you think you have learned or would like to try differently next time when you take an IA. Even if you did perfect and got 100 this time, I want you to reflect and say what has been working, what do you think you need to do a little bit better on. Go for it. No. Okay. Viola, what did you write down?
I said, watch out for the distracted and like read the question before you press.
Read the question before the test. Watch out for the distractors. It's always usually good to write down like D next to it, so you can like write down like this could be the distractor. What did you write down, Yusuf?
No, I think I should take more time to read the text and questions more carefully.
Okay. You take a little bit more time to read. Do you think you go way too quickly over everything? Okay, you gotta slow yourself down. Darius, what'd you write? What's the thing? The text. Read the text more carefully. Some of us, it's interesting because some of us have to read the text more carefully, and some of us have to read it a little bit less carefully. Does that make any sense? Some of us like to read it too quickly, and then it takes up too much. I mean, some of us like to take too much time on the text, and then it takes up too much time when you're on a timed assessment, so you have to go a little bit more quickly. But it depends on the individual. Now, this next one is The Time Machine. Raise your hand if you've ever read or seen the movie The Time Machine.
I saw in the movie.
So, first of all, what is this called? What is the name of this text I just said? The Time Machine. What can you infer in your head this is going to be about? A time machine and someone using the time machine to do what? Time travel. If you split, I'm going to check this out. When I say go and not before, you're going to take 5 seconds to skim this first page and tell me what do you think that first page is about. 5 seconds. Go. 3, 4, 5. Stop. Look back up. What did you see that this could potentially be about, Elijah? Time travel. What is being described throughout all of this? Okay.
I'm scared of the future.
Okay.
How like ridiculous to go back to the future?
Okay. So obviously just details about going into the future. That is all this is. Bunch of BS. About details and descriptions about going into the future. Read the questions. There's 1 and 2 and then 3 in the back page. Just read the questions. Don't even read the answers. Just read the questions. What is one thing that you should be focusing on when you read this text? What is the only thing you should be focusing on? Nope. Now that you've read the questions, what should you focus on? Paragraph 6. If you literally, anyone here, while you were taking the eye, if you skipped reading all of this and just went right into paragraph 6, you could answer all of those questions easily. Not, for all the text here, you don't have to read all of it. Sometimes it gives you, and this is something that I'm going to tell you that I do too when I give you assessments. Sometimes I'll give you 3 pages of reading when the answers are like in 1 paragraph. You don't have to read every single thing. Take 2 minutes. Stop, Thomas. Jesus. Take 2 minutes. Read paragraph 6, which is right here. 2 minutes. Read paragraph 6. Answer those first 2 questions. Go. Go out. Come on.
I don't.
Also, there's a typo on paragraph 6. It should say ungainly bumps instead of bosses in that second to last sentence. All right, so someone was crossing out the incorrect responses using process of elimination. Corrugated, not conjugated. Corrugated. Whoa. Whoa. No, congregated and corrugated.
I don't see anyone broke.
Now, whoa. You have to read that paragraph. Tell me what it's describing in relationship. All right, we are back. What does that paragraph describe? describes maybe 1, 2 things at the most. What does it describe? What is it? Okay, a monstrous crab-like creature. Brandon? Sorry? Yeah, a huge white butterfly, and its voice, and then starting. The second half, starting right here, and ending here, is this monstrous crab-like creature. Picture a crab in your head. Picture a crab. They're delicious, right?
Shit.
Come on. Oh, crabs are delicious. What are you talking about?
No crab.
No crabs are delicious. Now, look at the words you used to describe it. Back was corrugated and ornamented with ungainly bumps. What does the word incrustation mean? We don't know, but we know that the one word is inside that word. Crust, blotch, palps, complicated mouth. Does this sound? What does it sound like? Something that is rugged. Rugged. Exposed? If anything, it's not exposed because is there anything exposed about a crab?
Powdery.
What do they have? A shell. There's nothing exposed about a crab.
Simple.
Number 2, how do we know, or how can we support the idea that it means rugged? Jade. Ungainly bumps. Absolutely. It's got bumps all throughout. No. Okay? Raise your hand if this is way easier going over it. If you could simply apply these concepts when you're actually taking the test, you would all get hundreds. I got that right. You got that question right? I got that question right. Unfortunately, common lit is a bitch, and it will not. It will bitch, and it will not.
It's gonna
give
bitch
me,
myself. Bitch my
a
shit.
report with
It's gonna
the
bitch
exact
my
questions
shit.
you got wrong, because they don't want me
Bitch my
giving you
shit.
questions
Top.
because they're going to use the text for next year too. I, however, don't give a shit, and I printed this out anyway for you to
I'm
have.
giving this shit.
But I couldn't print it out from Commonlit, so I had to find these articles independently, watch if someone was taking the IA, and then copy the words down in my.
I ain't giving this
and
shit.
questions
No
and answers.
book.
Because they
I
won't
ain't
give
giving
me
a
this
book.
information because they
I'm giving
are.
a book.
Say it with me. Bitches. Very good.
You get pussy niggas. You get pussy.
Okay.
You
Now,
get bitches.
we have
You
one
get
more
bitch
question.
niggas. Pussy ass niggas.
How does paragraph 6 develop the narrator's
The
point of view?
niggas.
I already have one eager hand. So based on the description in that paragraph, do you think the narrator would be uneasy, curious, want adventure, or be indifferent? What does indifferent mean?
Took my shit.
Nope. Indifferent does not mean this. Indifferent means opposite. Nope. Indifferent means lack of concern. Also, like pretty much like not caring. So if I really don't care for reading, then I'm indifferent towards reading. So which one? Uneasy, curious, desire adventure, or indifferent? Madonna. Not indifferent. Gettin.
It's A.
Do we agree?
Yeah.
Uneasy. Very good. What is it? Right? Stop with that. All right. Now, everyone. 2 things. For homework, you flip to the next page. Tomorrow, you're going to hand me back this entire package. For homework, you have one last reading, and then you have the main, I believe it's 4 questions that most people got wrong. What you're going to do is circle the one that's correct, and then write down a sentence, one sentence, as to why it's correct. But additionally, every single incorrect answer, you're going to write down why it's incorrect. Oh, Thomas, it's so hard. Thomas, anything you say from here on out, I want you to know I
Pick
don't
this
care.
shit.
Now,
Super
what did I just say?
power.
Now, that's all you have for homework. Additionally, we have vocabulary practice. Since I know you have an IA this week, this vocabulary practice on Frankenstein is not on Friday, it's on Monday. But it's time now, you can get started on it. That's gonna be the first grade of quarter 3. Make sure you do this. If anyone needs to take a picture, write it down, do your thing. Everyone should take this time to begin their homework. Yeah, bring out your paper. Yes. Give me 1 second. Nope. It's the last time I can't let you go. Take this time to do your homework, please. Yes. Look it up.
Supervise the power to read. See that shit.
The first one is easy. Just find the correct one, and the other one just find the definition. This is incorrect because it means this, not this. First one's easy. Yeah. Just give me one sentence why it's incorrect, and then why each one is the correct one is correct.
I'm done.
Nope. This is all yours, right?
There's
Sorry.
Why everything has to be in the Friday? Tomorrow you're gonna know what you got right. And then you'll know what you got. You got a maybe 2 weeks apart. I'll let you know.
I can't let you know.
Oh my God. You have one go.
So did you. Testing, just to read. Did you do it? No. I did. I'm ready. I'm good. Vengeance today. Yeah, and all you people who are not doing the reading.
ain't doing the reading.
I'll fight you all. Can everyone please line up? Everyone who hasn't read, so I can punch you. Would you stop with that? Quickly. I'll come back up. Prepared for Frankenstein. Well, those reading habits. There's No Frankenstein movie. There's a movie called Frankenstein, but it's not like the book at all.
But it's better.
No, it's not. The book is way better. You don't even know. You haven't read the book.
Super.
How you know I didn't read the book?
Super. Read that.
Tell me who the main character is.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh, what?
Dr. Frankenstein.
Doctor, what's his first name?
How would I know?
Oh, good day, everyone.
Shit.
Oh, you saw that?
And all possible goes directly to the applicant.
Seven.
Even if you really don't want to be in class, you know how you're responding to that question? No. I don't want to be in class. I'm gonna try. Instead of saying, no, don't want to be here. I didn't hear, right? Oh, I did a little Instagram thing, what's your little account thing, like, my pen or whatever it is? Get on that, no, get on that. Whenever you decide you want to try to come class, you can go back up to Lynn. You will not be coming back. Leave my side. Is it optional?
My shit. Every time. Put my shit.
No one told me to do Oh, you did the essay.
Well. So you'll have right now, you'll have a 0 in the grade book until you make up the multiple choice IA.
Shit. Every time.
I didn't know.
We're gonna get it.
If you're not here for action work for tutoring, get on up and out. You stop on your finger in people's mouths. It's gross.
What did I do today?
You're wet. You don't talk about it. All you sons of. Woo! Sorry, I'm needed for the last period. I'm needed. What do you want?
Oh.
What do you need?
Me too.
What do you
And
want?
shit.
Can you get your what?